was doing was I at least held her hand. Once in a while, I'll hold the waist. Yeah, hold the waist. So once in a while, I'll hold the waist. But it was challenging because, man, like when I held the waist, the kind of electricity that passed through me. Yeah. But.
Welcome back to our channel. My name is Baby and this is my husband Louis.
Welcome back. Today we want to talk about some challenges we faced during our dating phase.
Before
we just
marriage,
thought we would share our experience with you. And we just thought we'd share our experience.
Yeah, some of the challenges we faced and how we were able to overcome those challenges.
Yeah. Wasn't easy.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't easy.
It wasn't
I remember I would start the topic by stating one of our challenge.
Yeah.
I remembered the beginning stage of the relationship. I'm like, no sex before marriage.
Oh yeah, no sex, yeah.
And you should see my face. No sex before marriage. No touching, no kissing, no hugging.
No hugging.
But bro.
No sleepovers. None of that.
Bro. Got to a stage in life, I wish I didn't say that.
Yeah.
It was a bit challenging.
It was hard.
See, it was a challenge. But we needed to endure during those periods. There are times I feel like I should just carry my wife and just run to the bush with her.
Bush. Oh God.
I just wanted to carry you. Sometimes I feel like giving her some deep, like deep kiss, be like that. But God, the fear of God,
Yeah.
And it was.
The best way to overcome like such a challenge is basically to just flee from the scene. Like sexual temptation is hard, and if you put yourself in a situation, you might fall. So the best thing is just like remove yourself from the situation or from the environment. But it's hard. It's even harder when you're with the person that you really like or someone that you love and you want to spend time together. You want to have that privacy. So it's really, really, really hard when when it's with someone that you love. But you just have to try your best to just like not be alone together, like in a room, because like it's temptation, and like we're human, we're not super humans, so it's really tough. But I think you first of all, I think you have to understand the human tendencies. Like having a sexual drive, I feel is normal. Like, how did your father give birth to you? Like, how did your mom give birth to you? Hormones are not believers. Their hormones were radical, and that's how come you are existing. So you have to understand that we as humans have these desires. So it is all right. Like it's all good to feel the way you feel, but the issue is when you let these hormones dictate for you. I told you hormones are not believers. You are the believer. So you are the one supposed to subject the hormone under the will of God. So one thing I think we did was I did not act all spiritual. Like, I set the rules, but I acknowledge my weakness. So sometimes I tell her, like, sometimes I'm like, babe, Charlie, I want to do the do. I want to do the do. But, sometimes when I open up that way, for some reason, I realize that once I open up my weakness, I am able to overcome it. I don't keep it within to burn with that passion within. I just say it, and for some reason, once I've said it, it's like I've exposed my weakness, and I'm able to overcome that challenge. So acknowledging my weakness was one thing I did. I didn't act all spiritual. Like by now, my sister has left me long ago. Like by now, she has given me to the Christianity and to the Christendom. You'd have abandoned me, but I opened up, and that assured her that I was not a firewood. I made her understand that, like, man, look, I feel like doing something
Yeah, like you feel what I feel.
Yeah,
as
so it's I acknowledge that. I think we also spend less time alone,
yeah,
you know, and the good thing is I had my friends stayed with us, so like
that
you know,
helped. And
it
you
helped.
also
And
had a roommate
we had
as
so
well.
much to talk about.
Yeah.
Like we had beside my friend with me, we also had a roommate because it was an apartment. He also came. We spoke about Ghana life, Australian life. So that really took us through that period of dating, you know. And yeah, I mean, like that really helped a lot. So these were some of the things we did to overcome this season of our dating, and yeah, that's how come we were able to
Yeah.
overcome sexual temptation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think if we had dated longer,
Yeah.
that something would have happened?
If we
Yeah.
had dated longer,
Yeah, because
maybe
it's hard,
if we had
guys, it's
dated
hard.
longer, maybe naming ceremony before wedding.
Yeah,
but
it's
look,
true because it's really hard.
Look,
If,
yeah.
Like if you want to like go without sex like during dating, like I'll say don't date for too long because you can only withstand for so long, right? Yeah, like if you meet the right person and you connect on every level and you know they're right for you, I don't think you should be in a relationship for so long, especially if you don't want to have sex before marriage.
Yeah, I agree. Like it all comes down to the motive of dating. You know, we have young people that date because they are lonely. They're not necessarily dating because they want to marry.
Yeah.
It's just to like help me finish my course kind of relationship. Like just help me get along my singleness. But yeah, I thought if you date with the hope or with the mind of marrying, then you know you have an objective, you have an aim.
Yeah.
And what you are doing is you are working towards the aim. So that is why when I started propose to you and I asked you if you want to start this journey with me, I made you aware when I can marry. Because I need to let you know my plan, so you know that the wait won't be long. But there are times where you keep your partner in the shadow, where your partner doesn't know your next move and all that. So your partner doesn't know the extent of waiting she needs to endure.
Yeah.
You know, but when you know when to marry, you have steps. Every day there is a step towards actualizing that aim. It also helps you with the waiting period because you know it's just few months away.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, but if you don't know what you're about in the future and you're just dating because you want to satisfy that singlehood, you know, desires, then it'll become a challenge. So that is something I think you should also consider when you want to be in a relationship.
So the next challenge that we had was alignment and compromising. So when I first met Louis was all about books and church. He had no social life, basically. And because, I think because he just really wasn't interested in that kind of stuff.
Not that I wasn't interested. I felt the cycle I found myself in. I didn't have lots of friends who were willing to go out.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. I just focused on my book and church.
Yeah, that's right. And whereas I was almost on the opposite spectrum of that. You know.
Continue.
So we had to kind of help each other out. Like he had to, you know, build my spiritual life and my knowledge with the Bible and church. And then I also helped him out with going out, going to places, lookouts, road trips, just like more exposure to a social life.
Yeah.
A decent social life as well.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it was you presented it so easy, but it was a challenge because you have to understand that has been our lifestyle. So someone coming into your life to change something about you was a challenge.
Yeah.
Like having to compromise was a challenge. I remember in my previous video I was trying to
make fun of her, saying, "Hey, you don't have to touch me" and all that. You know, like that day when it happened, I sat down and I had to understand where she was coming from. I had to acknowledge the fact that she is the opposite of my gender. You know, things that I would interpret as love may not be the same of her interpretation. Maybe her love language is the affection and touch.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe my love language could be time and the service you render. So I had to compromise. I wasn't going about kissing her like, "Babe, I'm hungry for food." I was not kissing her, but what I was doing was I at least held her hand. Once in a while, I'll hold the waist. Yeah, hold the waist. So once in a while, I'll hold the waist. But you know, it was challenging because, man, like when I held the waist, the kind of electricity that passed through me. Yeah. You know, but it was challenging.
Yeah.
You know, I had to come to terms with it. I had to make sure. I had to teach myself that, look, you this is the way to connect with your fellow partner. It's not just being spiritual all the time. So I felt this relationship brought a different quality of me I never knew until I started going out. I remember the first time we went out was IKEA.
Yeah, our first outing was IKEA.
I was very excited. I told her I've never had fun like this. Meanwhile, it's IKEA shopping.
He's like, this is the best time I've had,
you know,
like my whole time in Australia. Just going to IKEA. Literally just walking around and looking at things. And I remember when I got home, you texted me like, this is the most fun you've had, you know, during your whole time in Australia. And I'm looking at that message thinking, that was just IKEA. Like it wasn't any special
you
place.
See, she doesn't understand.
You know, honestly, that's what I thought. But then knowing you, I felt like that was a genuine message. Like I felt like that's how you truly felt.
Yes.
So I was
that's
like,
how I truly
oh
felt.
my God.
You know, if you've not seen, if you are always walking to school, the day they buy your bicycle, you think you have everything in the world.
Yeah.
So that was, I'm not saying I didn't have fun in Ghana, but look, back in Ghana.
No, you said the most fun you've had during your time in Australia.
That's right. So, I mean, it makes sense now. So I had to compromise on some spiritual things, you know, like, I don't know what some friends may be thinking, because my mom was thinking I was blowing tongues on her anytime she comes home. She thought when Rita comes to visit me, I'm like, but you know, trust me, she hasn't seen me during the dating period. She hasn't seen me pray in tongues. No.
I did see you pray in tongues when you were dating.
But it wasn't all in your face.
Yeah. So another challenge that we face in our relationship. Oh my God! Thinking about this, I'm getting the embarrassment is coming back again. Oh, so Louis had this Ford Focus.
Hey,
right?
my Mercedes Benz.
2004 or what year was it?
It's my Mercedes Benz.
Wait, what year was it? That car was old.
2009.
2009.
It was a Ford
It felt like
Focus.
1990 car. Like that car was old. I remember the first time I sat in the car. What?
My car was old. Oh, really?
I remember the first time I sat in the car and I was trying to like put the seat back, right? And I'm looking around, I'm looking for the thing to pull to try and push the chair back. You're like, look, put your hands behind. I'm like, I'm putting my hands behind. He's like, no, just behind. And I'm just like, what? It was like a screw thing, and also I had to keep. Oh my God, the energy I had to use to like screw the chair back. Oh my goodness!
And you think that was a challenge?
Wait, and then the car window, right?
Oh my God.
The old style, you know, you
Oh
wind,
my God.
and it was so stiff, and I was winding it, and I was like, oh my God. And then also, the car, the outside was just not it. It was not. It was like, look, I didn't mind. It's just the car. I didn't mind. It was taking us from A to Z and all that. But like low key, I was embarrassed. Low key, I was like embarrassed of that car, and I'm so happy it's gone. But I was like, oh, Louis, oh my God, like I did not like that car.
Yeah, I think you should show them a picture of the car.
Yes, I think
When we're selling the car, we took a photo
yes,
of the
I'm
car.
like, finally, that car used to give Louis issues all the time.
Oh man,
All the time.
I remembered one time I was driving on the M5 and I was running late, man. Like I was on the top speed. I think I was driving around 90 kilometers per hour. I was seriously driving, very focused, because Google Map had already estimated that I'll arrive exactly on time. So I didn't want to go 1 minute late or so I was seriously running. While I was trying, I started hearing I'm like, okay, what's going on here? I'm like, okay, I'm sure this is not my car.
Yeah.
I turned left. Then the car on my left overtook me. And the sun was there. The car on my right overtook me. The sun was still there. I'm like, where dear? Kojo has failed me again. I'm like, Kojo has failed me again. So I pulled over and I parked on the side of the road. Came out from the car only to realize that the bumper has removed and it has gone under the car. So the car was dragging the bumper while I was...
Oh my goodness.
Bro, that day I felt so embarrassed. Man. And luckily for me, I had a masking tape.
Yeah.
Should have still how I patched the car.
I think I have photos of
You have
patching
it,
the
yeah.
car,
You should show them. I patched the car like Charlie, someone who has a patch on the eye. Patched the car, you know, and yeah, look, but I had one policy. My policy is love me is to love my car. Yeah, like love me is to love my car. You understand what I mean? So if you are a girl and you don't love my car, you don't love me. You don't love me. You know, but
wow.
Yes. So I had the car there so that I'll use that to confirm your love for me, and you pass that test. Don't you see that after we married, I had a new car? Yeah, because I was testing you. You understand what I mean? Yeah. No. Yeah, but look, I can understand how
the car was just a little bit like.
Yeah. I remembered one time I picked you up. We were going for the Christmas spectacular, and you were in a hurry, so you brought your makeup to the car, and you were looking for the sun shield, you know, the mirror on the sun shield. I'm like, where is the sun shield? And I'm like, no man, we have no sun shield in this car. And I reached out and picked a broken mirror for you to have a look, you know, it was that bad. So I can understand how.
It just wasn't convenient, but it was convenient to get you to places, but just the little extra things like having a mirror, being able to adjust the seat comfortably, like it wasn't there.
You really comported yourself. I believe some ladies wouldn't tolerate that. You know, like some ladies would be expecting Tesla, you know, Mercedes Benz, Porsche, you know, but you also didn't, you overlooked that.
Yeah, it wasn't
and
important. It wasn't important, but
I thought the love you had for me was genuine. Just overlooking the car, because the car was a very good car that cost me about 100,000 Australian dollars. Yeah.
It was $2,000, but anyway. Wasn't it $2,000? Or was it $4,000?
It's okay. Let's change the topic.
$2,000 to $4,000.
Let's change the topic, okay? I said it's $100,000. Thank you guys for having the time to watch our video. We hope our experiences went a long way to educate you, to also learn something from the little we had. We weren't the perfect couples. You know, we had ups and downs, but you know, God still took us through those hard times, hard times, and we are here today. And you know, every day is a day of challenges. But look, let me tell you, if you find the right person, the fun is more than the challenge.
That's right.
You know, so don't think challenge is always part of life. It's not. There are times where the fun should be more than the challenge. If you are in a relationship where the challenge is more than the fun, please, you have to rethink, pray more about it, and ask God for direction.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is so true.
Right.
The fun should be more than the challenge.
The fun should be more than the
They're
challenge.
all facing challenges all the time.
Because you draw strength from the fun to get through the moment of challenge.
That's right.
You know, if you don't draw strength from the fun, or if the challenge is more than the fun, you realize that you wouldn't have what it takes to overcome challenging moments.
Yeah,
But
you break down.
Yeah, you break down because you feel there's more, you are giving in more than taking.
Yeah.
But if you have more fun, when the challenge comes, you know it's just for a moment.
Yeah.
You are able to forgive because you know your partner didn't do it intentionally. You know that whole Lewis is, if he had the time, he would make time for me.
Yeah.
If he had the money, he would have bought a better car, and he didn't buy a car for me as a gift. So amidst all the challenges, we still had fun with the car. We drove to Mogua, we drove to Australian National Park, and all that.
Did a lot.
There are times the car will be misbehaving. You just rokoto the stones, rakatakatakata, and the car will just kick again. Then we go again. The only thing is that she didn't have to push the car.
Yeah.
She didn't
I
push the
remember
car.
one time your car was doing so well and you were praising it for doing well and then it messed up. You were complimenting the car and then the car just failed on you.
That car, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but the first day I bought the car, I drove like 10 kilometers and the car broke down.
The first day.
And I called the owner of the car, I'm like, Charlie, boss, master, the car is not sparking. It's don't worry, it's the battery. Jump start. Oh man.
The first day.
I had to jump start the car. But
Wow.
the good thing is the car survived for 2 years.
Yeah.
It survived for 2 years. Alright guys.
Thank you so much for watching our video.
Please.
I hope you guys loved this video and it was helpful to you and whatever you're going through. Please subscribe if you haven't already.
Punch the subscription button. Boom, boom, boom. And like it,
Like this video.
If you hit this one, you're not my friend. If you hit this one, you're
my friend. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video and we'll see you in our next video, and also comment below.
Yeah, share your experience.
Yeah, share your experience and comment below any topic you want us to discuss. Thank you so much for watching this video and we will see you in our next video. Bye.
Bye-bye.